It could be a magic final. That little replay there was a bit of magic before. Dave Chisnall's
Yeah, I've had a look
dart
at that
trick.
case. It's very interesting.
Sure, I used to have something like that. It turned paper into money when I was a kid.
Third.
Seem to do it the other way around these days. Yeah, Chizzy won that.
Do you have a player that you particularly think may win this?
Difficult. I think Luke Humphries has produced maybe the more consistent stuff throughout the tournament, but
140.
kind of the big thing that's dropped Dave Chisnall's performance is the end of the match against Van Gerwen. I have to say, Luke Humphries' run to this final has been remarkable. 4 TV champions from the last 12 months beaten
40.
by Luke Humphries. Ross Smith, the European champion. Andrew Gilding, who won the UK Open. Danny Noppert, who won that last year, a little over 12 months, in fact. And Damon Hector, the World Cup winner. All beaten by Luke Humphries, the man, of course, who's still in pursuit of his first big win on the telly. Gets the first 180 of this, a dozen now for the tournament. Chizzy has one more than that.
151.
Well, he waited a while in between 180s in matches because he had won at the pretty much in the death of his semi-final match, and now he's at one in leg one.
93.
To win leg one, Dave Chisnall might need to take out a 3-figure finish, and it ain't going to happen.
78.
Chizzy's had to come through a tough draw. Lukeman, who made his name in the Euro Tours, really. Then Josh Rock, then Peter Wright, and then MVG. An out of sorts MVG, it has to be said, but
still got 3 match darts.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, had a chat with Chizzy after that match. He did say he regretted getting involved with the crowd a little bit. That maybe just lost him a little bit of focus. Bit of mental engagement with what he was actually up there to do. But he's just getting involved with the crowd straight away now, so hasn't really learnt his lesson, has he? You've got to love Dave Chisnall.
He does it his way.
58.
Yeah, that was proper timing.
85.
Literally said, not half an hour ago to me backstage, I should not have got involved with the crowd. And there he is, orchestrating them after winning the first leg.
93.
Well, I was taking a look over some of the previous winners, and basically the history of the Euro Tours goes all the way back
46
to 2012, and we sort of make a note and a mention of how many events get shared out. But back in 2012, the first 8 European Tours were won by 8 different players. Justin Pike winning the very first one.
170.
Taylor, Barneveld, Lewis, Whitlock, Park, Newton, and then MVG.
It's actually on this week, the first one, in 2012.
98.
Celebrating an anniversary with hopefully a thrilling final between the top 2 seeds in this tournament. Not often that they get down to the final off the Pro Tour Order of Merit, remember, the Euro Tours. Chizzy looks to double his lead in this one.
All good. Moves across.
52. Looking to go on 56.
The very first Dutch Darts Masters was won by an Australian, Simon Whitlock, defeating our colleague Paul Nicholson in the final.
An all Aussie final, or it was then. Yeah, Whitlock was one of the players who played in a final with the top 2 seeds. In fact, we found 12 occasions where that's happened, but incredibly none of them without Michael van Gerwen.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Many of them were Michael van Gerwen against Peter Wright, 7 of those. A couple Van Gerwen against Ian White.
97.
And the others, Whitlock, Smith and Gary Anderson taking on MVG.
Gary Anderson,
93.
a winner back in 2014.
Yeah, there's lots of one-time winners, isn't there? But this pair are both on 4.
83.
Same as Phil Taylor, and one of them is going to overtake Taylor and the opponent in this match. Only 4 men have won more than this duo. And going, of course, himself with 35. Price,
41.
Wright and Smith.
Yeah, on Peter Wright on 7, Price on 6, Smith on 5. They're going to join a very elite group.
Six. Debut required 32.
Of course, Smith winning another one, hasn't he?
Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? That was in Munich. Dave Chisnall added his 4th in the first event of the year when he beat Luke Humphries, and he's beating him here 2-1.
108.
Plenty of symmetry in our sport, isn't there?
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the players will probably be grateful of the absence of Gerwyn Price at the moment, because he's been in fine form.
108.
Mind you, if you can play like this, you don't care who you're playing.
18.
Oh, Luke.
140.
A few times, haven't we, over the weekend?
Thought days might go on better, but couldn't quite manage it.
84.
A 10 off of Dave, didn't we?
12 9-darters he's hit, you know, in his career, Dave Chisnall.
Staggering.
105.
I wonder how many he's hit in practice.
Must be a weekly occurrence. Luke Humphries actually doesn't have one in competition darts.
No.
He's made this tricky for himself here. Yeah, wayward a couple of times, and that big visit from Chizzy might have just ruffled the feathers of his opponent.
36.
You can't physically do anything to your opponent, but you can certainly hit in those maxes at the right moments, and then the crowd's participation in it can certainly be off-putting.
And it's already 4 in the final in as many legs for Dave Chisnall. And he's now on 3 of those legs with a break to boot there. Chizzy in charge in the early exchanges.
That was a beauty. An 11-darter.
You would have thought that might have followed.
Luke's just gonna try and hang on here. Did see a mid-match wobble, Dave Chisnall against MDG. But the history between those two run a little deeper than the history between these two.
Yeah, just a 12th meeting, 7-4, the head-to-head in Chizzy's favour. But a few of those wins before Luke had really emerged as a real contender.
No real scar tissue there.
Yeah.
91.
We mentioned the seedings as well. Another point that we should make is that by getting to this final, they're going to strengthen those positions, aren't they?
140.
£30,000 of ranking money for the winner of these events. They can book their accommodation and travel for a fair few. Go on then. Oh, he tried.
145.
Did a few of those as well.
We have. 2 from MDG.
95. David
no Dutch champion. Chizzy accounting for Van Gerwen, and Humphries knocking out Noppert.
9.
Now then, he gets an opportunity.
107.
And does Dave Chisnall now regret going for the bullseye? Only got 2 darts at double there. Needed more, and he'll get more.
41. David requires 16.
Thunderclap getting going in the crowd, and all the applause at the moment. It's for the man wearing yellow.
434. $437.
Just shaking the head there from Luke Humphries. Hasn't yet found that level that we saw during that brilliant battle in the quarter-finals against Danny Noppert.
440.
They can safely book their tickets and accommodation for the finals, which will be
440.
in Germany, in Dortmund, 26th to the 29th of October.
Yeah, well, who's to say these won't be the seedings for that? I think Gerwin Price might have a thing or two to say about that. Another one on the floor from Dave Chisnall. That was a problem earlier on.
28.
It's gone the wrong side.
Yeah, right now Chizzy is second seed for that, behind Price. If Humphries wins the final, he will move up to third on the European Tour Order of Merit, which will be the seedings for that event that Mace just mentioned.
Tends to throw up some tasty ties.
Yeah, Ross Smith, the champion. Defending in Dortmund.
65.
Knocked out of this one by Luke Humphries. He's found an 18 there.
He was fabulous in that finals, wasn't he? Ross Smith.
Luke Humphries.
Yeah, that's fabulous from Humphries as well, because Dave was in danger of getting too far in front.
Yeah, running away with it. Yeah, that final as well with Ross Smith against Michael Smith was one of those great finals, wasn't it? There was literally, they couldn't be separated until the very end.
And you don't always get those when it's quarters, semis, finals on the same day.
No, fatigue always tends to play a role in these long days, and these are even longer, aren't they, really?
Yeah, but we're not seeing it from Chisnall, certainly.
And we have seen that from him in the past.
440.
Just to highlight how well Luke Humphries has done on the Euro Tour in the last 12 months or so, this is his 6th final appearance in the last 12 events he's played in. Making the final half of the time.
In the modern day game, that is outstanding. So despite the bounce out, Dave's darts are quite late in terms of levelling out. And as you can see, they go in the board at an angle, so what can happen a lot of the time is the energy is taken off the dart by it crashing into the one before it. I mean, we have seen some genuine wire bounce outs, but they're a rare thing. They just don't land clean enough to get enough impact into the sisal.
And he groups that well.
Yeah, there's no room.
Plenty of room in there, and plenty of margin between the players in this match. 5-2 now for Dave Chisnall, who needs just 3 more legs to take the title.
The numbers remain absolutely solid for Chisnall. He's averaging exactly 102.
Getting in the habit of winning titles on the Euro Tour ahead of major season is a very good habit to get in. The numbers there, twice as many maximums from Chizzy. Might be about to add to that tally.
If they stay in.
Number 5 as he carries on his pursuit of European title, number 5.
59.
Even more impressive, Mace, when he's probably lost
60.
a leg of darts on the floor throughout the tournament.
Yeah, comfortably.
180.
A nice response and a needed one as well.
61.
Really just can't afford to get his throw broke at any point now in this match.
62.
Only one dart. A double 16.
46.
Dave Chisnall now does have the chance to get that break that might not only break the throw of Luke Humphries, but also the resolve. Treble 19 for double 19. No.
59. Luke 16. Yes, on the 8 leg, Luke Humphries.
Had to hit, did hit. Well, they've had an eventful weekend. Saw their hero trip up in more ways than one.
85.
And it is disappointment for the Dutch. I think many thought that if not Van Gerwen, then maybe Noppert, and if not him, then certainly Van Duijvenbode.
Yeah, the form of the big three coming into this, it looked likely that one of them might snare a title.
$423.
And we come to this tournament hoping for a home hero, and it just never lands.
Not in this one.
140.
Chisnall making most of the running in the final. It's not been the sort of explosive display. It's been very businesslike. High quality from Dave Chisnall, don't get me wrong. But he's just taking care of it, isn't he?
108.
Maybe it's Dave Chisnall 2.0.
180 leaves 38, so there's some optimism here for Humphries that it could get tricky for Dave, although he's on a dodgy finish of his own. Straight for it, no messing. Dave does the biz again.
His last two winning legs, both been won in 13, and this was sort of like an area I was questioning whether he will be able to sustain the level of play. Well, we have had our answer. Yeah, wishing Dirk a speedy recovery. There's not too much damage done because we are entering a real busy period.
Yeah, and he really was riding the crest of a wave. Both these players are going to feel like that as well. Whoever wins the final.
140.
Another couple of consecutive weekends of Euro Tour darts around the corner. Belgian Darts Open, followed by Czech Darts Open in the next 2 weeks.
Number 7.
20 in the tournament now for Chizzy. Humphries had to hit that. He simply had to hit that.
He's showing plenty of grit here. Happy birthday, Papa.
Who will be the daddy at the Dutch Darts Championship?
96.
Still looking like Dave Chisnall, but one break.
140.
And we've got a different game on our hands. And I mean, they're both finding another gear right now. The averages are climbing rather than
42.
dropping off.
And that's why I'm very excited to see this pair of players and many others actually playing the longer format stuff later in the year.
Yeah.
Because they seem to get better and better as games go on.
As you can see, look at the average now. It's well below that in the early stages of the match. After 5 legs, he was closer to 90 than 100.
100.
Doubling, efficient from both.
Yeah, pretty much where it's been for the entire tournament for both players. Slightly higher.
Well, tournament averages as it stands now, 98.02 for Dave, 98.09 for Luke.
26.
But he sits the hard way.
21.
And that break of throw you mentioned, Murph, incoming.
65.
Maybe, unless Chizzy fires in another one of those maximums to rattle the bars on the cage. Not to be, and he would have been disappointed because that first start was ideal.
Plum, wasn't it? Should be a good guide.
Yeah, so the left leg, Luke Humphries. Top leg is Luke to throw first.
Break a throw, a hold here, and it is very much game on.
Has kicked on in the last few legs. 13 darter for Chizzy, then the 12 and a 15 for Luke. The 15, though, getting the break. Dave will feel like he's let him in there.
440.
Chisnall with an opportunity to break straight back.
Well, they've certainly enjoyed it.
140.
But your first time with us here on the Euro Tour, mate, seems daft to say. You've commentated on loads of tournaments, big ones as well, including the European Championship, which is effectively the finals of this. But how have you enjoyed this one?
Yeah, I absolutely adored it. I obviously watch the Pro Tour, but I make sure that my time is free because I absolutely love the Euro Tour, and I love the fact that it is taken around and we get to see all the host nation qualifiers and new players that may go on to get tour cards and progress up the ladder. It's like, you're unearthing diamonds.
Well, this is a diamond. Could have been.
But yeah, it's the venues, everything, the setup of everything.
And they're so important now, aren't they? Huge.
Yeah. Got to say a massive thank you to the broadcast team that make me appear like a genius. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Dave Chisnall enjoying himself, or will be if this goes in. And it does go in, so he's now one away from the victory. Yeah, the initial idea behind Euro Tours was getting stage experience because players were turning up in the big TV tournaments having never set foot on a stage before. But now they are the most important thing for qualifying for the big TV events. £30,000 of ranking money is an enormous chunk.
And on these Euro Tours, you're often playing in front of bigger crowds than you do in the majors that you're trying to qualify for.
Yeah, they set you up perfectly. They get you there as well. In terms of this one, Dave Chisnall is almost there. Humphries had got that break he needed, but then it was, well, the same leg in reverse, really, wasn't it, that followed?
Easy enough.
And of course, everybody that isn't seeded gets an opportunity to qualify it. And they're usually on the back end of Pro Tours, so yeah, I think, I'm always having a whinge and a moan about certain things that I change, but there's nothing to change about the Euro Tour. I think it's perfect.
More, we want more, that's all.
Yeah. 84.
Is there any, there is only 52 weeks in a year, Murph. Talking of changes, what's your thoughts on the World Cup changes now that it's pairs throughout?
Yeah, love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. Luke Humphries could be one of those pairs.
Yes.
140.
Potentially having an opportunity to overtake.
If he wins this match, he will overtake Rob Cross, but that's looking unlikely now because Chisnall needs 100 for the match.
David require 100.
He's averaging 101.
And wants 100 to win it. Step back. Double 10.
Easy.
Not yet.
Just wait a little longer.
49.
Yes. Oh. And that has happened a few times to him in this final where he's just been on the wrong side.
Yeah, that's the ironic little grin he had on his face. He does leave it handy just in case Dave Chisnall misses. And don't forget all of those misses in trying to cross the line against Michael van Gerwen. He did cross the line. Can he cross the line in the final?
Game shot.
And it is Dutch delight for Dave Chisnall, and a fantastic fifth European Tour title as Chizzy wins the 2023 Dutch Darts Championship.